Hi, y'all. I see someone selling a PS5 that they just picked up from Walmart for $1,200 on the Facebook Marketplace. And as I was pulling up to the shop today, like 10 minutes ago, um, there was a meeting happening directly out front, like parked right out front, and they were exchanging money, and you could see the PS5 box was there and it was open, and I guess the guy was inspecting to make sure it was really a PS5, and they were exchanging cash. Anyway, hi guys. Versus I should be sleeping. Hi Samuel David. So I'm here to bring you today's delivery. Yay! All right, let's get started, you mofos. Let's see, what did I get? What do I get? I'll tell you what I got. I got some Dungeons and Dragons keychains. I got that guy, little logo. I got this guy, saving throw. I got this guy, critical fail. There we go. And I got natural 20. And, oh, I got a new Etsy order just came in. And I got the text logo of Dungeons and Dragons. So I got those in. I got a bunch of those. Because why the heck not? D&D players need somewhere to put their keys. So I'm told. Tell your UPS guy he should start delivering comics earlier. Earlier than what? You know they weren't delivered just now, right? Like I've had these comics for days now. Why do you need them delivered earlier? I'm confused. All right, next up. Well, I guess first up. Alien. So, if you did not know, there was a original script by Dan O'Bannon for the Alien film, and wait, hi guys, that's me. And they didn't wind up using that script, blah blah blah. But they have done a comic book series, a mini series out of the original screenplay for Alien by Dan O'Bannon. And the final issue, it's 5 issues. The final issue drops tomorrow. And there's also a volume which collects the whole thing. That came out last week. Pretty weird. Been on my shelf for a week. But the last issue didn't come out till now. So that's strange. But like, I didn't know that. But like, why would I tell the UPS guy to start delivering comics earlier? I don't understand the first comment about when he delivers the comics. Avengers number 39 by Jason Aaron. This dude had been writing Avengers for quite a while. And this is the Enter the Phoenix prologue. Apparently Enter the Phoenix is going to be a big deal for Marvel, and it's going to change some stuff around. So I'm hearing on the internet. And this is the beginning of it. And it deals with the prehistoric Avengers, and I believe the very first Phoenix. I feel like a superhero landing might make a good entrance for these. I'm 42. My knees are terrible. I can't do superhero landings. What are you, nuts? Although, if you want to film one and send it to me, I will start the show with you doing a superhero landing. I got a new coffee mug. It's called Swig, and it's pretty good. It's pretty good. But here's the thing. If you're making a coffee mug, why would you, like it's a sippy cup, right? So it's got the one little boop for sipping, but there's no other hole in the back. You know how liquid won't leave a container smoothly if there's no hole to let the air suction happen? There's no hole in the back, so it's just, I kind of just sip and I hope for the best that liquid will come out. Molly says, JD, you look like such a baby. I didn't know you were older than me. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm 42. I'm 42 years of age. Thank you. I appreciate that. Captain Marvel number 24 comes out this week. Kelly Thompson. Kelly Thompson is currently one of my favorite writers. She's doing a great job on Captain Marvel. She did a great job on Star. She's doing, I haven't read Deadpool because I don't really care about Deadpool, but I'm going to try it out. And what's the other one? Oh, Black Widow. If y'all aren't reading Black Widow, the miniseries currently going on right now from Kelly Thompson, out. It's really good. If you've seen the movie, what was that called? The Long Kiss Goodnight, starring Gina something stuff. Gina from The Fly. Grace, what's her name? Gina what? From The Fly. Gina Davis, starring Gina Davis and Samuel L. Jackson. Thank you, Grace. It's got a hint of that, but starring Black Widow. It's really, really good. Let's see, Captain Marvel 24. Oh, and so there's another cover. So they're doing Nullified, right? So Null is the god of the symbiotes, and he's coming to crap up on Earth. And so the variant covers are going to be Nullified variant as opposed to like Venomized or Carnageized. Nullified. And so this is the Captain Marvel variant cover, which looks like it's by Trav Moore. Yeah, that's definitely Trav Moore. But I don't know who this character is supposed to... Oh, it's Ms. Marvel. So it's Ms. Marvel Nullified. I already did that one. All right. So if you like Conan the Barbarian, there is Marvel Comics has the rights to do the Conan comics, right? But there are comics from Ablaze Studios Productions. I don't know what they're called. Ablaze, and they're a comic publisher, and they do a series of 2-issue miniseries called The Cimmerian. These are E. Howard's Savage Hero Uncensored. So yeah, lovely cover. This is gorgeous. Is this Peach Momoko? What is this? Nothing. I didn't drop anything. It's got a mature label, and I'm pretty sure this is Peach Momoko. Anyway, it's gorgeous. Anthony Drago says, do you know if Black Widow is a mini or ongoing? That's a great question, Anthony. I don't know. I'm hoping it's an ongoing because it's chef's kisses. It's real good. But if it's a mini, that's cool too. Also, if you're interested in the Black Widow, there was a maxi series. I want to say it was 12 issues long. Let me see if I have a copy on the shelf. I don't have it on the shelf, but another really good Black Widow run is by Mark Waid and Chris Samnee, and it is awesome. There's 12 issues. It's a nice little collection. Highly recommend that as well. I'm not a huge Black Widow fan. I only dip in if something really catches my attention or if there's a really good team on it, like Kelly Thompson or Mark Waid and Chris Samnee. But yeah, it's really, really good. Highly recommend that as well if you're looking for some good Black Widow stuff before the movie comes out. Someday. I don't know when the movie's coming out. Is there a release date? Christopher says, I thought you just started recording because you got the Marvel Every Comic Book DC Comics just now. No, man. Nope. I do it because it's Tuesday and tomorrow is no book day. I got DC books last Wednesday, and I get the Diamond books usually Fridays. So I've had the Diamond books since Friday. So, speaking of the Cimmerian, Conan the Barbarian, by Jim Zub, Marvel Comics, number 17. Dude's got gnarly pink eye going on. The Curse of the Night Star. Why are you so mad? Ooh. And let's see. Ooh. So I don't know if you guys know, Donny Cates is one of my new favorite writers, along with Kelly Thompson and Jason Aaron, and he's got a new Marvel's Image series called Crossover. Here is number 2 comes out this week. It's got a blank cover. This is the blank cover variant. I usually grab these for Noel because he likes the blank covers. And then the main cover, look like this. So, what's the elevator pitch for this book? It is that in the real world, in this comic book, an entire city has been decimated because superheroes and comic book characters have invaded. They've somehow made their way into the real world. I don't think it was of their own doing. I don't think they want to be here, right? They don't want to hang out with regular people. And like an amalgamation of, I think, a bunch of different comic book cities blinked existence and destroyed a city in the real world. And now there is a bubble around the city, and inside are all of the comic book characters. And I don't think people can get in and out. And so this deals with that, as well as how that sort of affects comic books in that world, in that real world. I think there's like one comic book store left. And it's pretty interesting. This is the second issue coming out this week, and it's really kind of interesting. I don't know that it's the most amazing thing I've read so far, but it's setting up things, and I'm really intrigued by it. It's kind of like Succession. I've been watching Succession, and Succession is not the best show on television. But there's something that keeps me coming back to it. And it's filled with just terrible, terrible people. Like, there's no nice people in the HBO show Succession. That's not the case here. Not everyone's bad in this book. I'm just making the correlation between, like, it's really good, but it's not the best. But it's got a lot of potential. A friend of mine did a webcomic about our old local bar, and he did a Conan spoof that was Conant, the ant barbarian leader, because they were constantly fighting ants invading the bar. That's cute. Oh, Noel's here, guys. We can start. He says we can start the stream now. Hi, Noel, says Molly. Anthony says, would crossover be the opposite of Gwenpool? Yes, that's exactly it. And actually, I don't know if you guys remember, or even, I don't know if there was a lot of hubbub about this back in the day. And by back in the day, I just mean like, I don't know, less than 10 years ago. There was a, what is this? What's happening? This is terrible. Going back this way. That is awful. There was a series by Mark Miller called 1985, I think. And he did a similar thing where Marvel superheroes make their way into the real world. And it was like a 5 or 6 issue miniseries. Anyway, that's crossover number 2. I read it already. It's very, very interesting. If you're interested in that sort of thing, I would recommend it. Maybe that's it. It's one of those things that I wouldn't recommend to everybody, right? You know, you've got certain books that you really enjoy, but you're like, I don't know if everyone would enjoy this, but I'm really enjoying it. 1984. Thank you, Noel. 1984. Firefly by Greg Pak from Boom Studios, number 23. Who's that? I don't know who this is. Even though I've seen Firefly and Serenity, I don't know who that is. Nice cover, though. Yeah, Tommy Lee Edwards drew that book, 1984. Getting It Together by Sina Grace and Omar Spahi. Number 3 comes out. And this is just a straight-up friend group book. It's just a slice of life story about a group of friends and sort of the romance and the breakup and the fighting. You know, some of them are in a band together. And it's just like, it's like a, if you think of the show Girls, maybe it's got that sort of vibe to it, but without Lena Dunham. So yeah, it's basically just about a group of friends. Nothing crazy or supernatural or anything. It's just just romance and friendship and drama. Ah, I was right. It was 1985. Yes. Patches? That's not Patches Malone? That's not Patches. Wasn't that Wolverine's name? Patches? Guardians of the Galaxy from Al Ewing, number 9. So I'm going to assume that there is a storyline coming up called Liftoff. Because along the top, it says Liftoff in 4, 3, 2, 1. And I'm assuming the next issue will be 3, and then 2, and then 1. And then there will be a storyline called Liftoff. I haven't read a single issue of Al Ewing's Guardians of the Galaxy. Has anyone read this? Is that any good? I haven't even read Donny Cates. I didn't even finish Brian Michael Bendis' Guardians of the Galaxy, which I was really enjoying. I just fell off of Guardians, and I haven't gone back yet. But I'd like to. I very much dislike Curls, but very much like Getting It Together, but I see the comparison. Yeah, I know a lot of people hate Curls. There was something about that show, like I kind of hate-watched it. Like I didn't really enjoy it, but there were really good nuggets in there. She's the daughter of Patches and Matches Malone. Bruce Wayne, thank you. Hi, Annie. Homesick Pilots from Image Comics. I don't know what the heck this book is, but I like the look of it. On the back, it's got Nuclear Bastards. I don't know what this is. Tonight, Dan Waters, writer, and Casper Wingard, artist, present Homesick Pilots. And it literally tells me nothing about it. I have no idea. Sometimes when you get a brand new miniseries, on the back there will be a blurb about what the book is. No idea. But it looked interesting from previews, so I ordered in a couple copies. I also hate Watched Girl, says Molly. Yeah, there was something kind of fun about it, but also everyone in that show sucks. Like, all the characters are terrible. And kind of annoying, but I kept going back to it. I don't know why. Juggernaut number 4 of the Juggernaut miniseries by Nicieza and Ron Garney. Ooh, I'm excited about this one. So, Sandman and Lock and Key from Joe Hill are doing a crossover. So Molly, Sandman and Lock and Key are doing a crossover, just so you know. See, on the back there's a blurb. Like I said, the Sandman universe crossover begins here with this special reintroduction of the storylines and characters who populate next year's landmark event series. First, in the Eisner-nominated Lock and Key tale, Open the Moon, meet Chamberlain Locke, patriarch of the family, whose moon key began to unlock the action of this event series, courtesy of series creator Joe Hill and Gabriel Rodriguez. Next, meet Lord of Dreams and Roderick Burgess, two key players in this special excerpt from the Sandman number 1. So this is actually a reprint of 2 different issues, one from Lock and Key and one from Sandman, and then there is also more information therein. So this is a primer to get y'all all caught up for the event coming up. And someone's trying to get in. So yeah. All right, so that's happening. Crap people being crappy, and I couldn't handle it, girls. It was a gritty Sex in the City. I've also seen every single episode of Sex in the City. That one I sort of hate watched, but against my will. That was not a decision that I made. Yes, it's a primer issue, Noel. Lonely Receiver number 4 from Zach Thompson and Jen Hickman. Mature readers. Marauders number 16 by Jerry Duggan. I like this cover. Sebastian Shaw getting what for? I still never finished Ten of Swords. I really have to finish that series. I'm like afraid to start the X-Men. I almost... Was it Marauders? There was an X book that comes out this week that I was like, oh, I'll read that. And then I was like, oh, I can't read that. I haven't finished Ten of Swords yet. I don't want to jump ahead. Marvel Action Chiller. So for people who are looking for books for their kids, there is a set of series that come out from Marvel called Marvel Action Blank. There's Marvel Action Black Panther, Spider-Man, Avengers, and this is Marvel Action Chillers. And I don't understand what it is, unless it's like little mystery tales or something. Oh, Dracula. So maybe they have a little horror bend to them. This one's starring the Wasp, the new Wasp, who was raised in the Red Room, just like Black Widow, and Spider-Man, and Ironheart, and Doctor Strange. So yeah, if you're looking for comics for the little ones, I wouldn't say too little. Let's see, did they give us an age range on this? I would say maybe 7 and up. Lonely Receiver is getting very eerie and grotesque. That's a compliment. Might be an interesting book club discussion, says Noel. Let's see, what issue did I say this was? Number 4. I wonder how long it's supposed to... Oh, I just realized the cover is just a series of graphics of 2 people about to kiss and then kissing. Yum, 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 yum. That's the sound you're supposed to make when you're locking lips, right? Yum, 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 yum. Oh, goodness. Oh, whoa. This is a very graphic issue. They show you all sorts of body parts and what have you. 5 issues. Oh, okay. Oop. Someone in Twitch is commenting, want to become famous? Buy followers, private viewers, and then the link. So if anyone wants to become famous, go click that Sam link. Only good things can come of it, I'm certain. All right, Mighty Morphin number 2. For anyone who doesn't know, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the series, has broken up into 2 different series. So there's Mighty Morphin, and there's Power Rangers, and those are 2 separate books. So Mighty Morphin number 2 comes out tomorrow. I really want to read this. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mighty Morphin Power Rangers crossover. Every time I see the cover of this by Dan Mora, I go, maybe I want to read that. The King in Black miniseries is kicked off last week, and it's in full, what'd you call it? It's in full, what's the word I'm looking for? Full what? She's not listening to me. Not at all. Not at all. She's answering emails. I'm not allowed to talk to her when she's answering emails. Swing. That's the word I was looking for. Full swing. King in Black, Namor number 1 by Kurt Busiek and Dewey. I don't know who Dewey is. Benjamin Dewey as the artist. And what is the secret of the Black Tie? So this is a 5-issue King in Black miniseries for Namor, which, if you ask me, and you haven't, seems a strange choice. One of the issues last week was Atlantis Attacks number 5, and that was a King in Black tie-in. And now we've got a Namor tie-in. I'm not entirely sure I'm interested in what's happening with Namor during King in Black, but it might be very important. Who knows? Not me. I really like the first issue of King in Black, though. Full Bloom. That wasn't. Yeah, it was Full Swing. Noel says MPR was silly fun. Hi, Brian Anderson. What's up, buddy? Neil Gaiman's book, Norse Mythology, is now coming out as a comic series of the same name. We got the main cover by P. Craig Russell. And then we've got the other cover by David Mack. Pantomime, Anthony Drago, if you're still there, your Pantomime issue came in. Also, I mailed out your comics a couple days ago, so you should be getting them. I don't know what Pantomime is, but it's here. This is from Mad Cave Comics. Oh, it's by Christopher Sabella. I feel bad. We're Facebook friends. And I didn't know this was his. You can follow him at xtop on Twitter. Pantomime. Sorry, Chris. My bad. Red Mother. Listen, there's only so many comics, right, that I can pay attention to. The Red Mother from Jeremy Hawn. No, are you still reading Red Mother? How is it? I read the first issue, and I liked it. And then that was it. This is number 11. Okay. So there is a series from Dark Horse Comics called Resident Alien. And they have turned that into a TV show. I don't know when it drops, but I watched, there was like a 5-minute clip to like a kind of a commercial for it, trailer. And so I watched that. And it's starring one of my favorite comedic actors, Alan Tudyk, who you would know as Wash from Firefly and Serenity. I believe he was the robot in iRobot, Sonny. He's awesome. He was what was the chicken's name in Moana? He was the chicken. Anyway, he is the star of this new show called Resident Alien, where an alien comes to Earth and he crashes in a small town and he takes over. He doesn't take over. He kills and takes over the body of like a local doctor and then pretends to be a human. But anyway, all of that is to say, there is a new miniseries from Resident Alien. It's a 6-issue mini, and it's issue number 2 comes out tomorrow. It's on the Sci-Fi Channel. But yeah, I'm not sure when it drops. I'll definitely check it out because I love me some Alan Tudyk. No, oh, what did I miss? Oh, Master Obi-Wan Kenobi. Welcome back, Ben. What's the miss? I had to take a work call. I'll just have to rewind it when it's over. Noel says, no, sir. I only read the first 2. Solid and great art, but just haven't picked back up regarding Red Mother. Anthony D said, Sabella. That's why I got it. His other book, Crowded, is amazing. Yeah, I read the first 2 issues of Crowded, and that's as far as I got because I just lost track. There's so many books that start off and I read the first issue and I'm like, I'm going to read this. I'm definitely going to read this. And then life happens. And 20 years later, I'm like, well, maybe I'll pick up the trade and I'll finish that up. Speaking of such a book, Scarenthood number 1 came out a couple weeks ago and I really, really, really liked it. And number 2 comes out this week by Nick Roche and Chris O'Halloran, and it is a tale that takes place, I want to say, in Scotland, and it is about a single dad who and their kid goes to this day school, and while the kids are at school, the parents get up to these shenanigans and this weird supernatural kind of almost horror element kind of storyline. And I really enjoyed the first issue. It feels a lot different than anything I've really read in comics before. It reminds me a little bit of Alienated that I really enjoyed from the last 6 months. If you haven't read Alienated, I highly recommend that. And this feels the same to me in that it's telling a story that I don't think I've read in comics before, but is very intriguing. It's got some good humor to it. The characters feel fun. I'm really digging it. It's called Scarenthood. Ooh, you know what? I just turned over Scarenthood, and I just want to show you the cover of the Sandman Universe Lock and Key ad. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Just a nice, it's a nice ad. I'm assuming it's the first issue cover. If you think you can unlock the gates of hell and just invite yourself in, you must be dreaming. I'm excited for that. Oh, you know what Molly, you had bought those Sandman hardcovers, and they're currently on back order, and I wound up ordering them for myself. So hopefully they're coming in soon. It's one of those things where, like, I know eventually I'm gonna really like Sandman. I haven't really gotten into it in a way that has gripped me, but there's something about the series that I just know eventually I'm probably going to be of the right mind frame to really enjoy it. So I might as well just grab these hardcovers before they're completely gone. So I actually wound up getting those books that you got. Noel says Resident Alien starts January 27th on Sci-Fi. Noel, we should watch it and talk about it on Gutter Talk on our Sunday morning live stream. By the way, we do a Sunday morning live stream at 10:30 a.m. on wherever you're watching this, on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitch, and we review the week's comics. We do a segment called Gutter Talk where we just talk about things that happen around the world of comics, like TV shows, movies, representation, etc. So you should join us Sunday mornings at 10:30 live, and then comment, and then it's like a big old hangout. It's super fun. Molly says, I have so many comics to read that I have in my house. I'm going to read so much between Christmas and New Year's. I'm going to kick that comic pile's butt. I thought the same thing. We had to go into quarantine because we got exposed to COVID. And so we had to go get tested. And it took 7 days for our test to come back. So we were quarantining that entire time. And I went and I looked at my boxes of comics and I said, you and me, we're going to do this. I'm going to finish a bunch of these books and get them out of my headspace. And then I remembered I had a PS4, and I had a game called Alien Isolation, and I did that for 7 days. Along with, cleaning the house and organizing and throwing stuff out and, packing stuff up for the Goodwill. I actually really like the kind of episodic beginner of what? I lost track. I lost the thread. The kind of episodic beginner of what? Hey, what's up, action figure expert? How you doing? Noel just texted RIP. Why did you text RIP to the friend group? Oh, it's too much stuff to read. I can't read that right now. I'm in Resident Alien. I read the first two recently, so I have some background. Oh, good. I do not. Let me ask you guys a quick question. Just now, on my side of this live stream, my screen went blank, and I got a little spinny wheel. Did you see a break in the stream? Did my stream stop for a second? Did you get a spinny wheel, or does that just happen on my end? Oh, regarding Sandman. Awesome. Also, I should have said beginning, not beginner. 7 Secrets from Tom Taylor and Boom Studios. I read the first handful of issues from this. Really liked it. I really like Tom Taylor. So I'm going to catch up on this one at some point. This is issue 5, so I still have time. I can still do it. It's only like 3 issues. I can catch up. I can do it. All right, no wheel. Thank you, Brian. I always get nervous that, like, my stream has stopped, and I don't know if I should keep talking or wait for the spinny wheel to stop. But on your end, it would just be me waiting for a spinny wheel to stop. No wheel, but it's a little fuzzy. Damn it, I'm plugged in directly to the modem, too. Like, I'm hardwired in. I ran a cord all the way to the front of the store so that I would have a better streaming quality. Not entirely sure that's worked. Spider-Man from J.J. Abrams and Sarah Pakelli. The final issue of the J.J. Abrams Spider-Man series comes out this week. And it was pretty interesting. I'll be honest, I was expecting a lot more because of the name J.J. Abrams. but this was very different than I thought it was going to be. It is about Peter Parker, somewhat, but it's also about his son, who we've never met. In the future, he has a son named Ben, who's got red hair, and he's a big nerd. Basically me at the age of 15. And so, you know, obviously something happens to Peter. You can see his hand there. And there are some things in this book, like the setup is a little familiar because I was a big fan of the Spider-Girl series from the early 2000s, I want to say is the time period, where it was a future story, and he and Mary Jane had a daughter named Mayday Parker, and she was a jock and was like a basketball player. And so there was that sort of dichotomy of the relationship of like Peter growing up a nerd, but like his daughter's kind of popular. And he lost a leg at one point, so he can't be Spider-Man anymore, and she winds up getting the spider powers, etc. So in this, he's got a kid named, and he loses a hand. In the first issue, Mary Jane gets killed. Spoiler alert. But I think a part of the problem is that this is all 5 issues, and it's taken over a year to come out. And I'm not entirely sure what the point of it was. It seems like by the end, they're trying to maybe kick off a new series starring this new Ben character, but I'm not sure if it's going to happen. Noel, I read the Lucifer Omnibus, Punisher by Aaron, Daredevil by Wade, Super Sons, and the first half of Black Science during the first chunk of quarantine. Missed weeklies, but definitely felt oddly proud of the dent I made in my backlog. Yeah, that's a lot of reading. Bye, Grace. How was the first half of Black Science? I've only read like the first 2 issues of that series, but I know a lot of people who love it. And it seems right up my alley because I like Sliders. I used to like that TV show Sliders, which seems like it's like the Fantastic Four, but Sliders. All right, so that's Spider-Man. Amazing Spider-Man, Last Remains, issue 54 by Nick Spencer, Mark Bagley, and Patrick Gleason. Oh, that's weird. Oh, I see. Mark Bagley is one of the variant covers. But, like, they don't usually put the variant cover artist up there. But, oh, I see. No, there is some Mark Bagley in here. Oh, no, it's all Mark Bagley. What the heck? Oh, I see. Patrick Gleason is the cover artist, and then Mark Bagley is the interior artist. So this is the regular cover. It's kind of cool. It's kind of nice. And then there's some variant covers. And this is the Stormbreakers variant by Iban Coelho, which is real cool. It's got a little bit of Olivier Coipel in the shading down here. But it's got a little bit of Joe Madureira. It's got a little bit of Joe in there as well. It's pretty cool. And then there's a Mark Bagley variant where he's going up against Kindred. And there's a nullified variant by Paolo? Paolo? Who's Paolo? Paolo Sequeira. So yeah. Loved it, Black Science. It's melodramatic, but reads so smooth that it's hinged. Now I want a beer. So smooth. Christopher St. Saucy, good night. Are you still here? The reason I ask is because you always start off real strong. And you comment a bunch in the beginning of the thing, and then disappear. So I always wonder, does he leave or does he just quiet down? I'm just curious. I wish I had a list of like the people who are actually watching so that I could address them. Oh shoot, there's another Spider-Man variant, Amazing Spider-Man variant. This is a Miles Morales variant. And this, you can tell, is a CG image. Using one of those programs, I think, that like you're able to like tweak and move the characters however you want. Like you create a model, but then you just wiggle them around to make what you want. I might be wrong, but that's how this seems, and I'll tell you why. It's stuff like this. If you see this villain, whoever this is, I don't know who this is, but they're holding this sword. And if you look at how they're holding the sword, they're just sort of, they have their hand like this. And then they have placed a sword into it. But like, that's not how anyone holds a sword. His fingers aren't wrapped around it. They're just sort of like cradling a sword. Anyway, that's why I don't like these sorts of art pieces, I guess, where you're just moving around, because you can tell, like if an artist drew it, he would be clutching a sword like this, not this. That's just me being a jerk, I guess. I don't know. Just my preference. Not finished it yet. Maybe that's next. Oh, to finish Black Science. You got like the big hardcovers, right? I assume. Someone's knocking on the door. They're looking at the sign. And they're walking away. There we go. All right. Star Wars number 9. I think I only read like the first 2 issues of this current Star Wars run. And this is another one I want to catch up on. They've done an interesting thing, Disney, now that they've owned Star Wars, is the first several movies they put out around Christmas time. So now my brain is wired to expect Star Wars stuff when it gets cold. There is a Pavlovian response in me that now that it's cold, oh, I want some more Star Wars stuff. So I'm going back. I'm listening to the Ahsoka novel from Audible, just because I can do that while I'm printing t-shirts and stuff. And then I started watching this morning Clone Wars because I'd like to see some more Ahsoka stuff that I've missed. And yeah, it's just kind of interesting. Does that happen to anyone else? It's like, it's wintertime. It's time for Star Warsing. I've not finished it yet. Oh, We're Into It says, I love your attention. Thank you. Molly says, unless you're mid-sword twirl, unless you're mid-sword twirl, you have to loosen your hand to do that, maybe? Sure, we can make that excuse for the artist. I don't think that this character is twirling a sword while scaling a building and fighting Miles Morales, but he might be. I don't know. It's entirely possible. Wait, we can blame a computer? Liefeld. I don't know where to start with the Star Wars comics. Well, We're Into It, I'll tell you. This is only issue 9. So the current series right now is taking place between episodes 5 and 6. When Marvel first started putting out Star Wars comics 6 years ago, whenever that was, they started a Star Wars series from Jason Aaron, and that takes place between episodes 4 and 5. And then that ran for 75 issues maybe? And then they stopped that series and they did a little one-shot that bridges the gap. And then they've now recently started the new Star Wars series. And so there's a new Vader series going on, and there's a new Star Wars series going on. There's also Dr. Aphra, who if you haven't been reading the comics, you don't know who that is yet. My recommendation is you can go back and just start with Star Wars. It starts between episodes 4 and 5, and that's Jason Aaron. Or if you want, you could jump right in on the new Star Wars series, which takes place between 5 and 6. It's up to you. Although I would recommend, if you like Darth Vader, my favorite Vader series, of which there have been like 4 or 5 Vader series in this time, there's one by Charles Soule, S-O-U-L-E. And it's basically Vader Year 1. So it starts off with that really terrible scene at the end of episode 3, where Vader first wakes up in his outfit and he's like, no. It starts there, and then it gives you like the first however long of Vader getting his first red lightsaber, You find out how the red lightsaber exists and how those are created. And he starts to hunt down some really badass Jedi who weren't killed in Order 66. Highly recommended. Charles Soule's Darth Vader Year One. It's not really called Darth Vader Year One. I call it that because that is what that entails. But I highly recommend it. Yeah, where is my Star Wars Christmas stuff, says Molly. All right, it's not just me. Did anyone watch the Lego holiday special on Disney Plus? Brian Anderson is agreeing with me. Soule's Vader is so cool. Great Sith lightsaber mythos. I agree. And Noel says Kieran Gillen's Vader run is a touch better. I read them both, but it's a game of inches between the two. Kieran Gillen's Vader run is a touch better than Charles' run or Jason Aaron's run. Which one is better than what? Strange Academy #6, Scotty Young and Humberto Ramos. This is basically if Doctor Strange started a Hogwarts school in the Marvel Universe to teach young magic users how to be badass. Noel says, if anyone is interested, the first 40 issues of Star Wars by Jason Aaron is collected in an omnibus, and it's wonderful. Is Absolute Transmetropolitan coming out? Well, Lunar, there's already a Transmetropolitan Absolute. I have one at home. So yeah, that already exists. He says, good afternoon, what did I miss? We talked about Star Wars, and we talked about other things that I've already forgotten about. I haven't watched the Lego Holiday Special, but I have it on the holiday list. It's pretty cute. And it takes place after episode 9, after 9. So it's current. And I like that they haven't abandoned those characters. While I don't think the sequel trilogy is perfect, I really like the characters there. I like Finn and Poe and Rey and BB-8. So I'm excited to see what they do with those characters now that that trilogy is over. I'm hoping maybe we can get some good animated series out of it. Jason Aaron did not write Vader. Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. That's my bad. He wrote Star Wars. So Kieran Gillen wrote Vader. Vader by Gillen happened concurrently and introduced Dr. Aphra. Thank you. That's my bad. I got confused. Oh, an Absolute Transmetropolitan reprint is coming. So I have the original printing at home, and there is a reprint happening soon, says Noel. Sword #1 by Al Ewing. This one I'm excited about. This is what I was going to read. I took this home, and I was going to read it, and then I went, wait, I haven't finished 10 of Swords. I can't read this yet. So Sword #1 comes out this week. And I already have a bunch of people asking about it. I'm kind of surprised. I like Abigail Brand. I'm curious to see what this is. So that's happening. Noel, your Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #112 comes out this week. Oh, speaking of this week, tonight is Movie Club. We do Movie Club every other Tuesday night at 8 p.m. on Zoom. And then the alternating Tuesdays are Book Club. So tonight is Movie Club, and we're going to be discussing The Trial of the Chicago 7. And then next week, next Tuesday night, we're going to talk about a graphic novel called Eat and Love Yourself. You can read Sword. I thought it was mostly set up at the end of Empire. Oh, okay. I wasn't sure, because I know the last I was reading 10 of Swords, the Sword Station appeared. So I thought maybe there was like a big event that happened regarding Sword. Love Brand, says Brian. Been obsessed since Whedon's X-Men. Same. Yeah, she's cool. Give me a second. I want to show you something, Brian. So Brian, there was a mini series that just came out in trade paperback called X-Men Sword, and it's by Kieran Gillen. Have you read this? Got some John Cassaday going on. But yeah. Takes place after Secret Invasion. Spinning out of Astonishing X-Men comes a story that will take you places you've never been. Collecting Sword 1 through 5 by Kieran Gillen, Stephen Sanders, Craig Young, Jamie McKelvey, and Matthew Wilson. Anyway, have you read this? I wasn't sure if you might, I don't know, maybe you'd be interested in it. It's got Agent Brand in it. Hope they reprint Absolute Transmit 3. I hear it's a white whale. Oh, ooh. True Lives of the Fabulous Killjoys, National Anthem number 3 comes out this week. Ultraman, The Rise of Ultraman number 4 comes out. And there's 2 different covers. Is this Jorge Molina on this cover? Yeah. So Jorge Molina did the main cover. And then this looks like Ed McGuinness did the variant cover. I'm assuming that's McGuinness. That's very McGuinnessy. Look at those muscles. Ed McGuinness, yep. So yeah, there's 2 different covers. I read the first issue, the first 2 issues of this, and I really like it. Ooh, that reminds me. Has anyone watched 616? That Marvel documentary? The first episode is a full hour documentary about the Japanese Spider-Man. It's really good. It's really interesting. I don't have a lot of experience with Japanese Spider-Man, and that's by design. America was not supposed to really pay any attention to Japanese Spider-Man. But man, really, really interesting documentary. There's a bunch of, it's a whole documentary series about Marvel Comics. So, I haven't watched the second episode yet, but I really like the first episode. Oh, cool. I think you and Rob talked me into the issues back when it came out years ago. It's fun. Nice. On 2, I was told to check out the Star Wars comic. What is the title of that series? Star Wars. Which one? We talked about a couple Star Wars series. So there's the Star Wars series that you're looking at. This is issue 9. The first 6 issues are out in a trade paperback. And this takes place between episodes 5 and 6. But we were also talking about the series that takes place between episodes 4 and 5. We were talking about Darth Vader. The one that is 9 issues in. Oh, okay. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, you can just grab the first trade paperback of this Star Wars. I want to say, who's this by? Oh, Charles. So, yeah. You can just grab the first trade. Jimmy says that 616 Duck was a lot of fun. Oh, good. I have to catch up on it. Venom number 31, King in Black. I've been enjoying the first issue of King in Black, so I'm curious where this is going. There is a variant cover by Herrera. This is the Nullified. I guess this is Johnny Storm. Nullified Torch. I gotta say, it's a little chaotic. It's a lot happening on this cover. It's a little hard to pin down what's happening exactly, but. And then there's the Ryan Stegman cover of just Null with his big old mouth. Warhammer, if anyone's a Warhammer fan, Warhammer 40K, which is a board game, like miniatures. You paint the miniatures, and then you got a big old board, and you try to outwit each other. Warhammer 40K has a series by Kieran Gillen. Magnus Calgar. Don't do this. Don't do that. Like, it's cool that when they sort of put the illustration over top of the title treatment, but to a minor degree. If you cannot read the word, don't do it. Bring it down just a touch. Bring it down at like a quarter of an inch. Is that an R? Is it a G? What is it? A P? What am I looking at? Don't do that. Come on, graphic designers. What are you doing? Oh, it's Marnius. Marnius Algar. That did not read. Insane. Been a graphic designer for over 20 years. You can do better than this, Marvel Comics. AWA Upshot. Ooh, I like the name of this publisher. Is it really AWA Upshot, or is it just AWA and Upshot is an imprint? I don't. It's unclear. Anyway, Year Zero, Volume 2, Issue 2 is out by Benjamin Percy. I have not read this, although I did read, and we reviewed it on this past week's podcast where we live stream, Erratic by Kare Andrews. Really, really like the first issue of Erratic. I still don't really like the character's outfit, but that's okay. The rest of the book I really, really liked. Only one issue has come out so far. Oh, that's what issue 1 looks like. Oop, there we go. Ah, so that's the single issues from Diamond Comics. That portion of the podcast, or the live stream, is done. Now I'm going to show you the other cool stuff, like one of my favorite miniseries of the year, along with Alienated, is, and I believe Noel will back me up on this, Stealth, from Sam Costa. Is it Sam Costa? Oh, I'm sorry, Mike Costa and Nate Bellegarde, and it's created by Robert Kirkman and Mark Silvestri. So years ago, they did a thing called, I don't know, Season 1 or Pilot Season or something, where they would put out one issue of a bunch of different series in Image Comics, and then people would vote, and then whatever got the most vote got their own series. I don't know if this won, because I feel like this was a long time ago, but even if it lost, here it is. They did a mini-series, and this was great. Highly, highly recommend Stealth. It's a nice little one and done. It's not an ongoing, I don't think. And this is just the whole series in one mini-series. For decades, Stealth has waged war on crime in Detroit, but now he's taken his pursuit of justice too far. Only reporter Tony Barber knows that behind Stealth's reckless behavior is an older man, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to stop reading because I don't want to spoil it for you. But this is great. I just finished issue 5. Was it 5 or 6? It was number 6. And I really like the way it wrapped up. Very interesting. Highly recommend Stealth. Was Erratic a Marvel comic? No. I mean, there may have been a series called Erratic at some point, but this is not that. This is from AWA Upshot. See, I don't like the name of the company. AWA Upshot. No, it's not Marvel. Sam Costa is my wife's name. She did not write. Oh, is that? I did say Sam Costa, didn't I? Whoops. That makes sense. AWA stands for Artists, Writers, and Artisans. AWA Studios. I have no idea what Upshot is for. I suppose an imprint, like you said. The fact that we're talking about this for so long proves my point. Found it. I was looking for it and couldn't find it. Oh, Erratic? Well, it's E-Radic. So, I'm glad you found it. I like the first issue. So, if you don't know who Kare Andrews is, he's the creator of this comic, Erratic, and he did a series for Spider-Man called Spider-Man Reign, R-E-I-G-N. And it was basically the Dark Knight Returns version of a Spider-Man story. Like, it was very literally crafted to be like Dark Knight Returns, but for Spider-Man. There's a lot of, like, in-story references and a lot of visual references and stuff. It's very on purpose. That's why I was looking into it. Looks Spider-Man-like. It does look, yep. He's like, he shoots, like, I don't know what, that's the thing. We don't know what his powers are in the first issue. But at some point, he shoots out, like, electricity out of his fingers and then is able to, like, use it to swing on, I think. Very strange. We don't know how his powers work yet, but I do like all the stuff that happens with him in school and all like the interpersonal relationship stuff. Epic collection from Marvel, The Mighty Thor, The Thor War. So this is an older series from Tom DeFalco and Ron Frenz and Patrick O'Leaf. And this is a collection of some old Thor comics from the, I want to say 80s. Eric Masterson is still settling into his new role as the replacement Thor, and Hercules' training isn't much help. Will Eric be able to keep up when he joins forces with Beta Ray Bill and Dargo Katar, the 26th century Thunder God? Interesting. So this collects Thor numbers 437 to 450 plus the annuals 16 and 17. So yeah, this is some like classic, I want to say 80s. Oh, but he's got the costume. That looks kind of 90s. Look at that costume. Does anyone know when this time period is? He's got like spikes on his shoulder pads for some reason. Yeah, look at him. There he is. Look at that outfit. He's got a mullet and spikes on shoulder. This is the 90s. This has to be the 90s. Spikes on shoulder pads and a mullet. This is 90s. But yeah, anyway. That comes out. King of Nowhere from Boom Studios, which I have not read, by W. Maxwell Prince and Tyler Jenkins. Also recalled Spider-Man Reign because they showed Old Man Parker's member true story. Really? Oh, I didn't realize that. I don't remember. That was before I was like running my own comic shop. Gotta love a mullet. Do ya? Oh, I'm not sure you have to. So King of Nowhere, what is this? In the parched wastelands of California, a lovable drunken lowlife named Dennis awakens on the outskirts of an odd little village called Nowhere, home to a friendly populace of deformed, mutated, and just left of normal citizens. Not knowing where he is or how he got there, or if the town is even real, Dennis acquaints himself with the townsfolk, but just when he starts to gain his memories, his past catches up with him. What at first seems like merely a bad trip quickly heightens into a drama of mistaken identities, small-town conspiracy, and high-stakes fantasy fulfillment. There we go. And this is from critically acclaimed creators W. Maxwell Prince of Ice Cream Man, and Tyler Jenkins of Grass Kings, and Hillary Jenkins of Black Badge. So there you go. King of Nowhere. Hey, Miley Cyrus is rocking the mullet now, so it's coming back. I have not ever historically been a fan of Miley Cyrus. I still am not a fan of Miley Cyrus. However, I've been catching up on some of her, what do you call them, cover songs? Pretty interesting. Pretty good. There is a guy with a motorcycle just revving. Oh, no. He's got one of those cars, one of those loud, obnoxious cars. And he's just parking, but it's like a big production. It's a very loud production to park his car. Horizon Zero Dawn, the Sunhawk miniseries, collects Horizon Zero Dawn issues 1 to 4, plus the free Comic Book Day issue, based on the acclaimed video game. Which I have not played. If you have issue 1 still, you should double check if it's first print or reprint Womp. Oh, of Spider-Man Reign? King of Nowhere, loved it, hated the ending. Someone else needs to get that and read it so we can discuss it with me. I love her. We're Into It is talking about Miley Cyrus. I love her. Her cover of Glass Heart is just chef's kiss. By ending, I mean the very last page / B, not the resolution. Okay. It sounds like it's pretty good, except for one page. X-Force, Volume 2, part of the John Hickman current continuity, comes out. And Moonstruck by Grace Ellis and Shay Bagel, Volume 3, Troubled Waters. All right, so we got that little stack of books. I also have, let's see, there's a manga called Slasher Maidens. It's a thick boy. Asuma has always been a proud pervert, but he's sworn to give that up to chase the girl of his dreams. Having received a special invitation to enter the same all-girls school as her, he's planning to live his romantic youth to the fullest. But those plans are short, and it turns out the school is a front for a secret organization dedicated to battling kaijin, monsters created when people succumb to their murderous impulses. The girls of the school fight using relics of defeated kaijin, but when the bloodthirsty instincts sealed within threaten to overwhelm them, Asuma is the only one who can bring them back to their senses. For the longest time I have wondered, Mario Brothers is a beloved property. Widely known the world over, and yet I have not seen many Mario Brothers comic books. I feel similarly about Harry Potter. But wait no more. Super Mario Manga Mania comes out this week. Finally. Because I get kids and parents who come in and they're like, do you have any Mario Brothers stuff? And I'm like, no. There's no comics for Mario Brothers. Features stories based on the hit Super Mario games. From crazy to classic, Mario and his friends star in adventures that find them traveling through the many worlds of one of the biggest video game series ever. Cute. It's about time, is what I am. Adventure Man from Matt Fraction and Terry and Rachel Dodson is finally out in a collection. It's gigantic. Why is it? Why? Why is this huge? I assumed it would be a regular, I saw it was a hardcover. Fine. I assumed it would be a regular comic-sized hardcover. But yeah, this is, here's a trade paperback. And there's the oversized hardcover. Anyway, Volume 1 comes out this week. I read the first 2 issues of it, and I really liked it. And it's about a story within a story within a story coming to life. So, like, the characters in this comic book are dealing with a fictional story within this world coming to life in this world. So, yeah, Matt Fraction and the Dodsons. That's only $24.99. That's cool. It's regular hardcover, but it's a big boy. All right. This is the last stack of Diamond stuff, and then we'll do DC. Heroes at Home by, I always forget how to say it, Guri Hiru. And so there were a bunch of variant covers called Heroes at Home, and it's basically because of, you know, the pandemic, and they have collected all of those. So on the covers, they have like a comic strip page on the cover of each book, and they're just variant covers. So they have taken that and broken it down into the panels and have created a whole out of it, a little mini, little tiny comic book. And it's basically what the heroes doing while they're quarantined at home, like the rest of us. Kind of cute. Oh yeah, that Dodson art needs to be big, yo. Piecemeal from Cullen Bunn and Zyman Kodransky from Aftershock. This is a one-shot. And it's about, I want to say it's the same size as the Black Label DC books. This guy is still revving his engine. What is that? What a nerd. Ugh. All right. Judge Dredd magazine. If y'all haven't watched Dredd, the movie that came out a couple years ago, highly recommended. Andy Watson, there's a graphic novel by Andy Watson called The Book Tour. Official selection of the International Comics Festival, a page-turning Kafkaesque dark comedy in brilliant retro style. This graphic novel watches one man try to keep it together while everything falls apart. Upon the publication of his latest novel, G.H. Fretwell, a minor English writer, embarks on a book tour to promote it. Nothing is going according to plan, and his trip gradually turns into a nightmare. But now the police want to ask him some questions about a mysterious disappearance, and it seems that Fretwell's troubles are only just beginning. Nice. And I like the art style. Check this out. Very cool cartooning. Very, very cool. Oh, this looks great. I like this a lot. From Top Shelf. Oh, so whoever was asking earlier about the Star Wars series, if you need me to mail you some Star Wars, let me know. You can like pay by PayPal or Venmo, and I'll just mail you stuff. As I mentioned earlier, Marvel Action is the younger set, and they've done this little collection, this little digest collection of Spider-Man that comes out. Judge Dredd trade paperback Control from Rob Williams and Chris Weston. Who judges the judges? Rob Williams follows up his smash hit Judge Dredd The Small House with a brand new compendium of Big Meg stories, each drawn by Chris Weston. Well, that is a damn good looking book. What If We Were, ... from Axel Lenore. Look at the cat. Youth Award finalist, Quebec Comics Festival. The concept is original and really well explored, plus the drawing is great. The characters are funny yet believable, and always fabulously dressed. I really want these two girls to be my best friends, says Chronicles of a Book Addict. Beneath the absurdity of the setup, this comic hides an unexpected and tender story from Top Shelf. What If We Were? Teen girls reimagine the universe. Natalie and Marie are 17 years old and best friends. Since elementary school, they've battled boredom by playing a special game. What if we were ... The rules are simple. One player names a topic: fruit, spies, Vikings. And then both players imagine what life would be like as that subject. Easy to play, but hard to master. A boring player will give a boring answer. An expert player will know how to think outside the box and surprise their opponent. And after all these years, Natalie and Marie are experts. But what if a new player joined their game? And what if she was really hot? It'll take more than imagination for Nat and Marie to survive the next round with their hearts intact. This looks charming. Huh. This looks cool. All right. Huh. They're doing some interesting stuff with layout and stuff. And style. This is fun. All right. Oh, I got some second prints of The Last Ronin, #1. And I got this red foil cover. Okay. Who judges the judges? The question I keep asking myself while watching the trial of the Chicago 7, right? Yo, that judge. Good Lord. Hey, amateur, from Black Crown Presents. Go from novice to nailing it in 9 panels. So here's a... oh, this is cool. I thought this was going to be about how to draw comic books. It's not. This is an entire trade paperback size book of 1-page comics designed to teach you how to do something. How to prepare a mate from Raphael Albuquerque, which is it's a drink, I guess. How to be a successful hobby herpetologist by Liz Prince. Oh, I know Liz. How to use and ask for pronouns by Casey Gilly and Jen Hickman. How to go to the bathroom without a bathroom by Maris Wicks. How to recognize various types of vampires and protect yourself from them by Lila Sturgis and Martin Simmons. How to deal with OCD by Box Brown. How to catch a loose dog by Matt Miner. Yo, this is cool. I love this. How to do an ollie, or why skaters always have worn out shoes. How to have a career in comics by Peter Bagg. All right, this is how to be a badass goth when you're lazy and broke by Leah Moore. Yo, this is rad. That's really cool. It's got covered by Mike Allred. Let's see. Amazing Spider-Man, Green Goblin Returns. So this is volume 10 of the current Nick Spencer ongoing series of Amazing Spider-Man. The giant size X-Men one-shots are all put together into a collection called Giant Size X-Men from John Hickman. Oop, somebody left me feedback on my Etsy store. 5 stars. Thank you, JD. Awesome shirt, and thank you for going out of your way and fixing the color. I ordered the wrong one. Oh, you're very welcome, Christina. Let's see, I'm gonna check my Etsy reviews. Here we go. I have 140 5-star reviews on my Etsy. I don't have any reviews less than 5 stars. Wonderful. Just what I needed, thanks. It's great, looks just as advertised, thank you. It's perfect, thank you so much. I know my father will love at least one Christmas gift this year. Amazing quality, let's go Flyers. Don't hesitate from buying from this amazing seller. Oh, this is great. Oh. Fit perfectly, well made, holds up well in the wash. Love, love, love this shirt, and have gotten stopped on the street about the pop art of Gritty and the political statement it makes. Happy to be on the right side of history and support artists who are as well. That was really nice reviews on my Etsy store. That's awesome. If you're interested, you can go to johnnydestructo.com, and that will take you to my Etsy store. I sell t-shirts and prints that I make. I mean, let's not forget Brock Turner. No one's judging them now either, clearly. Oh, true. That freaking guy. Oh, next up, beautiful player strategy game, Tokyo Clash from Funko Games. Look at this. Look at that cover. Look at that artwork. Look at that text. Look at it. Look at it. Oh, man. Ages 10 and up, 2 to 4 players, strategy game. 4 massive miniatures, 4 monster card decks, 13 buildings. Look at this. I want to play this. Remember when people could get together in groups and play board games? Do you remember that? In the before times? In the long, long ago? Look at it, says Noel. Look at it. I forgot a couple things before we get to DC Comics. I got Marvel Zombies. Speaking of Funko, I got Marvel Zombies blind boxes. They're $7.99 a piece, and you get this little bobblehead, Funko Pop Marvel Zombies bobblehead. You can't really see. Let's see. We got Wolverine, Venom, Deadpool, Magneto, Phoenix, Hulk, Black Panther, Gray Hulk, Wolverine. Oh, I see they're gray variants, and Gambit. So yeah, you crack these open, and you get a little mini. I wonder if I should crack one open and then just like have it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna crack one open right now. Here we go. A little bit of ASMR. What's together, precious? My awesome... Oh, yeah. Remember when people would get together? Nope. My awesome wife just got me that Tokyo Clash board game as a surprise gift. Damn it, Dane Z! I assumed you were going to be the one to buy this board game. Anytime I get anything Godzilla in, I'm like, oh, Dane will buy this. She didn't buy it from me. That's rude. What? An unboxing video too? Crossover! Alright, so here we go. I don't know. Who is it? Who's that? Oh. It's a little Magneto. Whoop. Oh man, this is great. This is really nice. He's got little holes in his cape. That's what happens when you're a zombie. You get holes in your cape. Oh man, this is great. Oh, I dropped him again. The detail of that little monster is impressive. Isn't he cool? That's awesome. And so then, all right, here's the cool thing. You can't really tell, but got little post-it notes. He's hovering. So the cape is what holds him up, but then he's hovering over the ground, which is a nice little touch. I like that a lot. This is great. I love this. I'm glad I got these in. He doesn't stand on the boxes very well because the boxes are a little bowed, so he keeps falling over. The bobbling sounds like chattering teeth. Oh, OMG, he's so cute. Anyway, $7.99. I had 12 of them. Now I have 11 of them. And he'll just be here to show people what you're going to get. Oh, that is fantastic. All right. Speaking of pops, I also have Breast Cancer Awareness Month themed Superman. Look how pink he is. He's just a bunch of pink. In celebration of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, Funko has made a $25,000 donation to the Breast Cancer Research Foundation, whose mission is to prevent and cure breast cancer by advancing the world's most promising research. Reminds me of, I also got in some Pride. I think I got in a Pride Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman, and so they're all rainbow colored. Speaking of Wonder Woman 1984, where she's wearing the movie armor, the gold movie. I am a sucker for this color scheme. The posters for Wonder Woman, the 80s aesthetic and the neon color, the hot pink, and that's my favorite aesthetic. It's like very Steven Universe to equate it to something modern. So yeah, these just came in. And for anybody who wasn't here in the first 30 seconds, I'll show you again the Dungeons and Dragons keychains. Boop. Nat 20. Critical fail. Saving throw. And the little dragon icon from D&D. So I got those in. All right, I think that's all the diamond stuff. Now, from DC Comics, we got Arkham Maniacs by Out Baltazar and Franco. These guys have been doing DC and Marvel children's books for probably 10 years now, I assume. So this is their new one, the Arkham Maniacs. Wow, the hovering is such a cool detail. Isn't that cool? I love a good vapor wavy aesthetic. Is that what it's called? Vaporwave? I have a playlist on Spotify that I love, but that's called something else wave. Oh shoot, what's that called? It's basically like hyped up John Carpenter music. Vaporwave. What am I thinking of? Something wave. Anyway, it's mostly instrumental. Well, without actual instruments. All right, so DC Comics. I'm going to blow through these and then we can go on the rest with our day. DC's Very Merry Multiverse 80-page giant, 10 tales of heroic holiday hijinks. It's a one-shot. Oh, they're building a little bat snowman. Oh, but Harley Quinn ruined it. What a jerk. With a cover by Ivan Rice, who's one of my favorites. I wish Ivan Rice would do more interiors. He's sort of, I haven't seen him recently. I wonder what he's working on. American Vampire 1976, Book 3. And it's a cover by Becky Cloonan, one of my favorite current artists. I love Becky. And then the regular cover by Raphael Albuquerque, I'm assuming. Yeah, that's Raphael Albuquerque. Batman Black and White issue 1 comes out, featuring new stories and art by Paul Dini, Max Fiumara, Andy Kubert, Trad Moore, Emma Rios, Greg Smallwood, Dexter Soy, James Tinian, J.H. Williams, and G. Willow Wilson. There's several covers. So this is the main cover. And then there's this cover by I believe, J.H. Williams. Oh, the pearls. Are those Martha's pearls? That's sad. And then a Peach Momoko cover of Talia al Ghul. He's been on Superman with Bendis. That's right. Thank you. I'm so behind on that Bendis Superman. I'm so mad at myself because I really, really like that book. Oh, and Noel. There's a blank variant. Detective Comics, number 1032, Hush Little Robin, Don't Say a Word, by Peter Tomasi. And it's Robin and Batman going up against Hush, with the variant cover, the artist cover. Oh, nice. So I don't know if you can see this. It's kind of hard to tell on the screen, but basically Batman is in focus and there's a corpse up front who is out of focus. I love when artists do that. They replicate like a camera's focus. Anything closer to too close to the camera is out of focus, and then the main character is in full focus. I love that. That's so cool. Okay, so we got those. Endless Winter Part 2 is actually inside takes place in Flash 767 at the mercy of Black Adam. And I like what they've done here up here. Nice title treatment. And I like the number treatment. Very cool. And let's see, the artist cover of that, look like this. Very kinetic cover with the, everything's moving. You can tell he's sliding to a stop. There's like electricity crackling everywhere. The dust from the snow. Very nicely done. DC Dark Metal, DC Dark Knight's Death Metal, the last stories of the DC Universe. And it's a thickie. It's like a perfect bound comic. Oh my God. This looks fun. It's a bunch of little stories. Looks like Jeff Lemire, Joshua Williamson, James Tinian, Scott Snyder, Jeff Lemire, Raphael Albuquerque, Mariko Tamaki, Gail Simone, Megan Hetrick, Christopher Sabella, Cecil Castellucci, Mirka Andolfo, Mark Wade, Francis Manapole. All-star creators on this book. And then we have, speaking of Superman, there's the Endless Winter Superman special. Another nice cover. And the artist variant looks like this. Sweet Tooth. Here's the thing. Can we show Superman not scowling and having his heat vision ready to murder you? Can we remember All-Star Superman, where it was like Superman and he was like sitting on a cloud and he's looking over his shoulder and he looks like someone you can approach? Remember that guy? I feel like every time there's a Superman-centric cover, it's this. Cape flapping, he's hunched over, shoulders forward, and he's getting ready to murder you with his eyes. Maybe it's just me. Kind of like that. Murder Clark. Sweet Tooth, The Return from Jeff Lemire. This is number 2 of 6. Tales from the Dark Multiverse, Flashpoint. Here lies Barry Allen, the man who destroyed reality. Oh. With art by Brian Hitch. Written and drawn by Brian Hitch. All right. It's kind of cool. I might check that out. Wonder Woman by Mariko Tamaki. To escape Liar Liar's warped wonderland, she'll need to survive Deathstroke. With a cover by David Marquez. Adam Aiello agrees with me. I'm assuming you're talking about Angry Murder Clark? Yeah. Oh, this is nice. The artist variants for Wonder Woman for the past year have been top-notch. I want to say that they're by Joshua Middleton, but let me double-check this. Even though they're mostly Joshua Middleton, they sort of, they kind of change a look here and there. But I don't know. I'm flipping as fast as I can. Come on, where's the credits? Oh, nope, not there. Not there. Oh, guys, that reminds me. While I'm flipping through here, DC Future State is coming. If you are interested in DC Future State, please let me know, so I know how many to order. In January and February, no regular DC books are going to be coming out. All that's going to be coming out are the DC Future State books. So all the regular series will be on hold. There will be DC Future State in January and February, and then we'll go back to the regular series. And from what I'm hearing, it looks like a lot of the Future State teams are going to be staying on the books. So anyway, if you're into Future State, let me know. I think it looks cool as hell. That's the new Wonder Woman. Then there's the older Wonder Woman, Silver Fox. She's got some silver in her hair. It's like basically the future of the DC universe and the characters, you know, the people who are going to take over as the future versions of the heroes. There is a collection of... They finally collected Shazam by Jeff Johns and David Eaglesham. This is a thick... Is this 12 issues? Oh, let's see. This book collects the entire epic of the 7 Magic Lands from Shazam 1 to 11... Oh, so it's 1 through 14. 14 issues and a big Shazam collection. All right. What's this? Oh, that's not it. Oh, and then also, every so often, people ask me if Mad Magazine still exists. Yeah. Yes, it does. Oh, yeah. Here's, speaking of Future State, here's a little Future State poster. Anyway, here's some of the covers. The next Batman, Dark Detective, Wonder Woman, Immortal Wonder Woman, Superman of Metropolis, Worlds of War, and Wonder Woman. All right, guys, I think that's it. I think we've done it. Let me just quick take a double check. Also, The Art of the Mandalorian. These may or may not all be spoken for. I'll have to check. But yeah. All right, guys. We've done it. Thanks for hanging out with me. Don't forget to join us Sunday mornings at 10:30 a.m. where we do the live stream where we review the week's books and we talk about other pop culture events. I think we're going to be talking about, was it Warner Brothers and what they're doing with the movie theaters and Disney Plus, or was it Disney Plus? Warner Brothers is not Disney Plus. Was it HBO Max? I want the Art of the Mandalorian book, please, says Molly. Let me see. If it's not already for people, I will get you one. Molly, Art of Mando. You got it. Will do. HBO Max. Thank you. Thank you, Noel. All right, guys. I'm going to go do work. I got so much to do. I hope you have a great day. Hope you have a good Wednesday, new comic book day. I'll probably be doing a Thunder Round, which is a 60-second review video on the YouTube channel that we have. If you go to www.youtube.com/cultpopgo, There's also a Facebook for the Cult Pop podcast that we do, so you can check us out there. And you can go to cultpopgo.com. You can leave us a voicemail. You can listen to the podcast, etc., etc. And I guess that's it. If you want to help out the show and the shop, you can go to patreon.com/JohnnyDestructo, and you can be a patron, and that would help us out. And I guess that's it. Let's see. I love the credits are that they have so much. Oh, the credits art. Yeah. Can I get the What If We're trade paperback, says Anthony. Let me write that note down. What If We're. Anthony Drago, you got it, brother. Do I ship? Heck yes, I ship. Just ask Anthony Drago, who just commented on YouTube. I send out his stuff, I don't know, every month or so. He lets me know what he wants. I order them in. I mail them to him. So yeah, for sure. Let's see. If you want Lunar, how do I give you this information? I will create a banner, and you can email me at jdsherocomplex@gmail.com. There you go. You can email me here, jdsherocomplex@gmail.com. Know what you want, and I'll be more than happy to get whatever it is in that you want, and I will mail it to you. And that's it. It's that easy. So yeah, thanks. That'd be great. The more people who support my shop and buy comics from my shop, the better my life will be. And then you have comics to read, so it's pretty dope. All right. Is there anything, our Lunar, is there anything you wanted me to take down now while I'm here? I can take a note, or you can just email me. It's up to you. I will sip my coffee for one more minute. Oh, okay, you're good? He says thanks. Awesome. Oh, also, I bought this mask on Etsy. So it's hard for me to find a mask that fits my giant head, I guess. So like there are times where I'll buy a mask and it'll constantly, when I talk, it'll just pull down. And then on top of that, it's hard to find a mask that doesn't fog up my glasses. And on top of that, if they pull in my ears too much, it gives me a headache and it makes me cranky. So I've been trying mask after mask after mask, and I found these on Etsy. And there's little Darth Vader. Pretty cool. And it doesn't pull on my ears because it does this. So it's got the back strap and the top strap that goes up around your head. Now, I still have to finagle it so I don't fog up my glasses, but otherwise, pretty good. Jumped in late. We'll watch an email if I see something. Sounds good, Lunar. Anyway, I wish I could remember where I got this from, because I'd like to throw her up on the thing. If you guys are interested, you could order from her Etsy. Let me see. I'm going to bring up my Etsy real quick. What comic book did I get? What? I've got like so many comic books. I don't even know how to answer that question. I got so many comic books. Let's see. Purchases and reviews. Here we go. Okay. So, Spiritist Prince. How do I find her shop? Spiritus Prince. They're in Philadelphia. And I highly recommend the mask that she made. She's got some Star Wars ones, sports ones. And looks like right now they're on sale for $5.94, from $6.99 to $5.94. So yeah, go throw her some love. She'll make you a mask, and you'll be comfortable. I'm just trying to see what you got, bro. Oh, well, I got. Yeah, we're almost done. I'm getting ready to sign off, and you can watch from the beginning. And I got a lot of comics. I'm a comic book store, in case anyone... Sometimes people don't know that. I'm a comic shop. JD's Complex at 4327 Main Street in Manayunk, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I'm a little shop. So yeah, I got a whole bunch of delivery today. So I got DC Comics, I got Boom Comics, Image Comics, I got a bunch of board games, I got the Art of the Mandalorian, I got little blind box figures, pop vinyls. So yeah, a whole bunch of stuff. The Blizzard Watch Along, I do this every Tuesday at 2 o'clock. So if you ever want to come hang out and watch me show you all the books, join us here next week at 2. All right, guys, I'm going to go get it done. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I'll see you tonight for Movie Club, or Sunday for the live stream where we review the comic books, or next Tuesday where we do this all over again. Love you guys. Mwah. Toodle.